Yo, JD here to Limitless, and we are back on F1 2021 here today and continuing our hot lap and setup series, coming towards the end of it now, which again, I can't believe I've actually managed to keep this up for most of it so far, but that's really because I've enjoyed this game so much. And we arrive at USA, which historically over one lap I've really struggled at. It's probably been one of my weakest tracks over one lap, so if I can get a good time here, then that just continues to fuel the confidence. But as always, we're going to gloss over this first lap, and then the next time round we're really going to analyze it. But overall, I was actually very happy with this lap. It's only really the last two corners where I definitely could have gained a little bit more time, but everything else was really good. As usual, experimented with quite a few different setups from the people who were ahead at the time, but I really struggled to brake quite consistently on the curb. Just felt very unsettled, and as I've done with my other setups, I really haven't changed much of the TT to what I use online, because I just try and make it as usable and user-friendly as possible. You really have to try and find the perfect mix before raw performance and stability, along with downforce. And I think in a race situation, having that stability and just that confidence, knowing that you're going to consistently have a car is going to do what you want to do, rather than one that's a little bit unpredictable, which may be fast. That's something I always aim for, and this setup here I felt again was a very, very good one. Did exactly what I wanted it to do, and you'll be able to see by the time it's a very, very good time. It's only really through mainly the last corner where I lost a lot of time. You can see we're quite a bit up on our time going through here, but through this penultimate corner, probably the hardest corner right here on the track, you can see we just lost a fraction of time. But it's through this last corner again, we lost even more time, just turning in a little bit too late there. Lost about half a tenth, but that was enough for P5 and leaderboard. But I really say that's P2 because there's quite a lot of ABS users around us, which I think is quicker on this game. But let's look at the lap itself. As we're going on the start finish line, I'm looking to the right hand side, going up into this quite intimidating uphill corner. I look at the black box, and as that goes out of view, that's where I start braking. So you have to go a lot by feel, but as that goes out of your peripheral vision, that's really where you go down through the gears, kissing this apex, double shifting into third gear, try and keep the car as straight as possible, and then we would get a very good exit here. Make sure you hit the inside of this corner, actually gains you a little bit of time if you do that. Now into here, absolutely love these corners. Have to go absolutely flat out into this right hander, hold it in the 7th gear, hitting this curb, really important to do that. Same for this one as well, making sure you hit the curb but avoid the sausage curb because it really will grip you round. And again, go for it, not using any of the brakes so far, downshifting into 6th gear, making sure you don't hit that sausage curb for this right hander. Absolutely crucial. Again, you have your car on the inside here, don't let it drift too much out wide before the black box. That's where you turn in. Make sure you avoid the sausage curb. Once again, going down into 4th gear, try and keep your car as far left as you possibly can before the white line goes to the right. That's where you want to be turning in. Make sure you have your car and your wheel on the inside of this curb once again. Going to this one, don't want to hit this sausage curb, so I turned a little bit too early here. And you can see as a result of that, I lost a little bit of time on that exit. Make sure you cut the inside of this corner. Go to this one, looking at the 100-meter board. As I pass that, it goes completely out of view. Visualize your car going completely past. That's where you want to be braking, turning it. Do quite a late apex. You see, you go quite deep into the corner. As you hit the apex, that's where you go into 3rd gear. Don't let it drift too out wide, not onto this curb. And as the car's straight, that's when you're going on the full throttle. Make sure you pick up the DRS and going down the straight, looking to the right hand side. Make sure you keep it quite close to this right hand side. Use all the track on the entry here. And just before the 100-meter board, about 120 meters out, I would say, that's where you want to be braking. Into this corner, this is one where I lost time. I could have cut a lot more. You can actually cut completely on this inside. I actually didn't do it enough there. And you'll be able to see by the delta, we lost a little bit of time because of that. Go all the way to the left-hand side. As you kiss the curb, that's where you want to be turning in 2nd gear, and then double shift up through the gears. Stay nice and tight. Don't let it drift out wide. Want to be taking a really wide line into this next corner. You can see using almost all the track on the entry. Going down to first gear, but it's really not necessary. Double shifting into third. And we get a fairly decent exit off this corner. Going into here, stay as tight as you can because you will gain a lot of lap time by doing that. And this corner, a very tricky one. But if you look at that black box, that is what I am aiming for. So before that you hit that, that's where you want to be turning. You just have to throw it in here, to be honest. You have to really risk everything. We do that fairly well. And into this one, looking at this black box, before you get to it, that's when you'll be braking, turning in. You want to be doing it a bit earlier than that. So just after the white line, take more of that curb on the inside. I actually missed it on this occasion. You can see we lost a bit of time again. But overall, it was a pretty good lap. And we can definitely get the world record with this, which I think the true world record is by Ron Ha, who we are under a 10th away from. I know in last game he was very good around here. And as I said, for me, one lap pace has definitely not been my strength in the past. But to be this fast round here, I'm extremely, extremely happy with. And again, just really gives me a lot of confidence going into this game. With ABS, I think it is a lot faster because you can run a lot more oversteer setups. We are running 8.9 wings, so very different. Ron Ha actually ran 9.6 and Viper ran, I think, 6.10 wings, so a very different setup. For me, I think you just need high downforce, but that stability. That's why I like having the front wing just slightly lower than the rear, in my opinion. 80/57, so a little bit down on the on throttle, just to make it easier to get on the traction. 57 just for that rotation. Front camber all the way to the right just to make sure it's nice and stable through the high speed. Quite a lot of rotation needed in the low speed, and front toe quite high because you need it for those high speed corners as well. Rear toe always to the left. 1.7, so quite a pretty, not an oversteer, but it's a lot of rotation in this setup, but it just works very well. The 3.7 ride height just to make it a little bit more stable and better over the curbs. And you can see the wings were quite close, so overall this circuit is quite a low grip circuit, so I feel you just need that rotation, but it doesn't slide, which is very good. 57 just to prevent you from oversteering under the braking, and for the tire pressures, these are pretty standard for what I use. And overall, I was very, very happy with this, so really enjoying this. I hope you've been finding these setups very useful. The next track will be Mexico, which I will be doing on Monday, so just having a little bit of a break over the weekend. Thank you so much for support on this channel. I really hope you've been finding these useful, as I said, and you are enjoying the game. Thank you so much. Catch you soon. Peace.